You ain't got no gains. You ain't lift no weights.
Yo, welcome to my latest bodybuilding experiment. This is day number 1, where I will be training my arms every single day for 30 straight days. Now, I've done a lot of outside the box bodybuilding experiments since I started this channel. I've done arms every single day for 30 days. I've done push-ups every single day, shoulders every day, and most recently, abs every single day. And to be honest with you guys, I have made a ton of mistakes. Now, the training arms every single day for 30 days video went pretty viral, at least in fitness video standards, got a few million views. And I got probably a couple hundred questions from all you guys who are looking to do the experiment, and you had so many different questions on the regimen and how to properly set it up. So today's video, I'm gonna give you the 5 rules you must follow if you wanna train your arms every single day. I'm gonna show you my day 1 workout and the exact protocol I'll be doing for the next 30 days. Now, why am I doing this experiment right now? To be honest with you guys, whenever I shred, I'm currently in my final stage of shredding. I typically lose size on my arms, and I feel like my arms just don't look as big, they don't look as good when I get really lean. So the goal of the experiment is to see if I can maintain my arm size and maybe even grow bigger arms while also being in a calorie deficit for the next 30 days. The first rule is I don't want you guys to train biceps or triceps every single day. In fact, I want you guys to alternate days between training biceps and triceps. So remember, your biceps and your triceps are both part of your arm. Your triceps are in fact a larger part of your arm. So the biggest mistake that I made when I did, say, biceps every single day is I just felt like half the workouts throughout the experiment were complete trash. There were some workouts where I was really tired, I just wasn't into it, I felt like my muscles were sore, and I just wasn't really performing optimally. So I believe by alternating bicep and tricep workouts, I'm gonna see the best results. Day number 1, I'm gonna be doing 7 sets of triceps. Day number 2, 7 sets of biceps. Day 3, back to triceps. So we're gonna alternate, except on Saturday, which is day number 6, I'll be doing a bicep and a tricep workout, since obviously there's an odd number of days in the week. So that's gonna give me a total training volume of 28 working sets on biceps and triceps for the first week. The second rule of training arms every single day is I don't want you guys to have marathon arm workouts. I want you to focus on intensity and not necessarily super long workouts. So I'll be utilizing the balloon method. So I'll be doing 10 to 15-minute bicep and or tricep workouts at the max. I don't want you guys to do 20, 30 set marathon workouts. Keep it short and put all of your energy and focus into making those sets as intense as possible. So the third rule is, of course, I will be following the balloon method to maximize the 3 science-backed ways that your body builds muscle. So that means every single bicep and tricep workout, I'll be doing heavy overload where I'm going really heavy, 8 to 10 rep range until failure, and I'll be combining this with sets where I'll be 30 to 45 seconds time under tension. So I'm gonna have the best of both worlds on both the biceps and triceps portion of the workouts. The fourth rule of the experiment is you need to keep your protein intake high. Now, I don't recommend doing this experiment in a calorie deficit like myself. So if you want the maximum results, you definitely need to be in a small surplus and get in around 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight per day. So I'll be utilizing SuperHuman protein, having an additional 2 to 3 shakes to make it really easy to get in those 200 grams of protein. And rule number 5, I would argue, is the most important one. You are not allowed to skip leg day and skip the most important muscle groups throughout the experiment. Remember, training legs more, doing deadlifts more, doing all the compound exercises is gonna give you an increase in your growth hormones, your anabolic hormones like testosterone. So you do not wanna skip out on compound movements. Remember, these arm workouts are super short. You only need to dedicate 10 to 15 minutes every single day for 30 straight days to do this experiment. About to start the first workout, day 1 workout. Let's measure my arms and see where they're at. Day number 1 measurement is right at 17.5 inches. So this first move, we got the easy bar incline skull crush. Now make sure that you start the move with your arms at a backward angle. So you wanna make sure that you're not starting with that bar directly over your forehead. And so important on this to go down to a count of 2 to 3 seconds. So really stretch and go down with heavy weight. You wanna fail in the 8 to 10 rep range. This is one of those moves you wanna go as heavy as possible, really get a good stretch of that long head, and keep those rest times 75 to 90 seconds max. Nice and heavy. We're going 3 working sets here. So the second exercise is floor crushers. Now, another move very similar to the first one. This one actually allows you to go heavier than any other tricep exercise. So I was doing 100 pounds during this workout, and you're just gonna lie flat on the ground, and you're gonna angle your arms backwards. You're gonna go down to a count of 3 seconds. It's gonna pause on the ground for a second, and you're gonna explode back up on the concentric. So just remember, explosive on the concentric, slow on the eccentric. And once again, we're going really heavy, 8 to 10 rep range. And then I want you guys to do a drop set here where you're dropping the weight by about 60%, and you're gonna bust out another 8 to 10 more reps with the lighter weight. And the third exercise, we're going on the cable machines. I really like using cables to get a better contraction when I do my time under tension set. So remember, we're going heavy, and we're doing a finisher where we're going 45 seconds time under tension. Remember, both heavy weights and light weights build muscle. I've told you guys this a million times throughout the videos, but always remember, go heavy and go light in the same workout, but both sets should be really intense. So actually, I set a timer and I look at it throughout the entire set, and I just try to pick a weight where I fail right around 45 seconds. So you're gonna find it's gonna be pretty lightweight, and it's gonna be one hell of a tricep pump. Of course, keep the rest time short when you're doing these time under tension sets. Try to squeeze the muscle between. And I went 3 total sets here, 60-second rest time. So day number 1 of training arms every single day is in the books. Make sure that you tap that little notification bell so you can stay updated on the next 30 days of the journey. And if you want to join the arms every single day experiment, comment down below and let me know that you're in. Just comment arm gains down below. Follow me on Instagram at troy.addison. And shoot me a DM and definitely keep me updated on your results. Pretty much anyone who's done this experiment has seen some pretty good results. So if you guys want bigger arms right before the summertime, come and join me on the experiment. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, as I'll be keeping you guys updated on story day in and day out throughout. If you want to stay right here on YouTube and you've missed any of the forgotten exercise series with Charles Glass, I'm going to link that down below in the description, also around here in the end cards. If you missed the last video, I'll link it over here, and I will see you guys on the next one.
You ain't got no gains. You ain't lift no weights.